Oh, there we go. Let me unlist the other one. Sorry, I this should fix it a little bit. Man, dude, it's not. It's like, man, it's like just, there it goes, wait. Infuriating right now. God, I'm about to like, I don't want to pay for this stupid crap. One sec. I don't know. Maybe it did fix it. I don't know. I have no idea. So, I have no idea. It's not working. It's not. I don't know why the bit rate's all over the place right now. It has to be. I'll have to upgrade it. I don't care. It's frustrating. Give it a sec for people to hop in. I really don't want to have to repeat the same thing over and over and over. So 1 sec. Sorry, guys. Let's get it, dude. What's your realistic price target for a squeeze? Okay, so if you're giving a price target, I think it has to be based on market cap. That has to be. You can't just throw out random numbers. So there is you can give like a mathematical price target, or you can just give like a price target based on when do you think retail starts to sell? That's there's two different ways you can put that and adjust that, right? So if you look on history based on how GameStop moved to 500, right? And GameStop would have went higher. Realistically, GameStop would have went higher if the Robinhood incident didn't happen. So that's really important to know, is that GameStop had more room, more steam, in the tank to keep going, but it didn't, just based on all the crappy stuff that happened along the way there. That's the really unfortunate part for GameStop, in my opinion. And so if we just look at market cap for like AMC to do what GME did, right? I think AMC would hit like $60 to like $67, like extreme same comparison based on market cap. Right now, GameStop's market cap is like 16.7 billion. I think AMC is at like 11. I could be wrong. I can look really quick. Yahoo Finance shows that they actually update it very frequently. I know GameStop is like 16.7. No, AMC. Thoughts on Ryan Cohen anagram? Okay, I'll comment on that in a sec. I know you guys saw that that Twitter thing or whatever the hell it was, the Reddit post. Yeah, it's 11.7. That was pretty close. Okay, so, but you can't go into the side of thinking too much on the realistic viewpoints. You know what I mean? Like, because this is so disconnected from reality. If you really look at it, like AMC moving to $40 or $36 is really disconnected from like reality, and it's like a movement based on just people buying the stock, right? And just like holding and like for the short squeeze. That's what it is. So you can't look at it too much from like a point of view of fundamentals of like where it goes. So like, and then when you ask a price target, that's really what you're asking based on, is like, with the short squeeze, like in a fundamental and technical view, where I see the target going, like I can't give you an exact target. I really can't. I just want to see $40 as soon as possible, because once $40 hits, I believe we really start to see a pump on the stock. I think we start to see some really strong movement, and that's what I'm expecting, and that's what I want. I think that's all you could really want from AMC at this point. Thoughts on Ryan Cohen's tweet. So if you don't know, Ryan Cohen tweeted... What did this man tweet? It was a tombstone, right? Okay, so Ryan, he tweeted, Ryan Cohen, rip dumbass, right? So, okay, obviously people have probably seen the YouTube where, like, if you decipher this and you get rid of all the words, there's exactly enough letters to say, it says like MOAS, what is it? Someone posted it in Twitter. I mean, in the Discord. Where did you post it? So if you decipher this right, I mean, and this is like total like, like conspiracy in my opinion, but it does come out to that, right? Which is kind of crazy. You can pick out all the words and it says MOS nearby Ryan Cohen, I guess RN Cohen. I don't know. Maybe that's what it stands for. I don't know. But I mean, it's kind of like coincidental. Like I don't think it's. I don't think it's coincidental. Like it is kind of funny that is like real. Realistically, can this consolidate and drop below 20? I don't think you want to see a drop below 25. I don't want to see a drop and hold below 25 at all. Okay, so looking at what's going on here, why does this not really like concern me? And I was talking about this, right? So this right here, very shockingly similar to last week's close. Right here, almost the exact, not the exact same. But it looks very similar. This action right here, right? We held this bottom like, $12 support, and now we're holding this 25 to 25, 7 support. Now, what is this area? Let's grab it. We're going to grab it, and we're just going to zoom out, right? We're not going to move it. We're not moving it at all. Okay, we're going to keep it there. We're going to go let's go to the 4-hour chart. So you can go all the way back. Let's look at just historically, where does it go? Like, we're just going to hold it. We're not going to touch it. We're just going to leave it there. Okay. So this is all time. This is AMC's all-time chart. Just looking at what's going on here, I mean, in my opinion, it's very easy to point out the areas that we held above, okay? This local top here, we had clear resistance here. You saw we had chop at this level here, and we pushed back down. Bottom here, here. This has been just a key level. This whole block has just been a massive key level, and we held it. I mean, honestly, like, you held above it, which is ultimately all you could have had. And the fact that we held above 25 just in itself was just incredible, right? That's what you wanted. So in my opinion, the movement that you got, you can't be upset with it. I think honestly, maybe, yeah, $10 pullback, tough. It is tough. But ultimately, the IV is still incredible. Like, let's look at the implied volatility. Let's look really quick. Oh, man. It's still up there, too. I was looking at it just a little bit earlier. I don't know what my email is. Crap. We'll see. Do you have any June 4th options? No, I don't. And I will never tell anyone when to take profits. Even if you're in the Discord, I will not tell you. I'll tell you when I take profits, but that's it. So please don't even ask when you should take profits. The answer is always going to be whenever you think you made enough money. Let's go. Okay, so this is the implied volatility right here. You can see, give you a little bit of a zoom in. Okay, no, we are high. It's worth noting we are high. We're almost at 300 again. Okay, where were we before? We were at 400 before, and we haven't. I think Friday was like just the beginning of like some of the days we're gonna start to see like this gap up. This is the first gap up extreme volatility that we've had. Granted, we have moved very well, don't get me wrong, but this has been slow, strong movement. In my opinion, this is very strong still. Extremely strong. Right once it gets back above VWAP, I think it's very uphill from that point. Very uphill. Tyler, what could possibly be the reason the shorts are still adding their positions? Makes no sense. Yeah, they don't want to be wrong. They're just kind of like to the point of like, I mean, with GameStop. Why didn't they cover with GameStop? You know what I mean? Like, it's impossible to be in their heads and understand their logic. In my opinion, it's very close to impossible. So I can't tell you like what's going on in their heads, but I can tell you from what's going on, they didn't return hardly any. This was the biggest spread of borrowed shares changed, right? So the least amount returned with the most borrowed throughout the whole week. I think that was the most borrowed all week was 5.4 million. That's pretty insane in itself. And then you also have another 135 short volume on the day. Now, it's also worth mentioning people probably did take some profits. There probably was a little bit of profit taking. Honestly, there probably was. I mean, people probably took some profits. Now, shares, again, I've keep saying it. I don't understand. Personally, for me, I don't understand the logic of taking profits on shares at this level unless you have like millions of them maybe. Like if you're like BlackRock, Vanguard, or, someone else. I think it's a little foolish because you can cover that whole position with options. That's what I've been trying to ingrain in people's heads. I was like, you don't got to worry about the shares. You just got to time your options. You time the options, you cover all your shares and you let those ride until the sunset, however you want. And you know, that's where people are coming on the Discord like, wow, okay, yeah. I mean, I just covered my whole share position with a few options. Pretty crazy. But I don't think people should be chasing or anything like that. So, you said you didn't want to see a dip below 25. Hold there. Are you going to be selling any shares? No. Shares I don't care about. Like, shares are already in the money. Like, honestly, people have heard my opinion on shares. Like, my money I have in shares, I don't care about. Honestly. Like, shares are like, I live without those shares already. I can live if they go to zero. I can live like no matter what they do. Now, if they start going like over 100, that's when I'm like, oh man, things are getting crazy. And we'll have to really start monitoring what's going on and like how the shorts are covering. You know what I mean? You'll have to look at stuff like that. But this could go over 100. I'm not saying that that's the top. That's not what I'm saying at all. Do I think 100,000 is the top? No, I don't think that. I think that's ridiculous. Like the market cap would be like $500 billion, some crazy number. You know what I mean? Like that'd be insane. But I mean, could it happen? Possibly. Just check my Webull setting. The default setting allowed stock lending. They borrowed shares every day for last month. I just turned it off. Guys, I don't think that's a concern either, to be honest. But you can do whatever makes you feel better. But yeah. Bro, what's for dinner? Actually, I had a cognac last night from Cane's, and it was delicious. It was delicious. FOMO plus YOLO equals middle name becomes danger. It's up to you. It's up to you guys what you want to do with your options. I don't think anyone's stupid for taking profits on options. I think that if you think taking profits on options is bad, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. And I think the Discord just filled back up also. I don't think there's any more spots left. What do you plan on doing with your options you have now? I sold all my 40s, and all I have rebought into 59. So this is my logic, and this is what I'm doing with my money. Okay, so listen, I'll explain this in a video, as I've already explained it in a video. So when you're making your money on these options, okay, when you sell your options, you are not affecting the stock price. Okay, you're not, because all that's happening is I have a contract. So let's say I have a wager, right? I have a wager that AMC is going to $40. Okay, it's a $500 wager. Now, the wager is already out there. You can never get rid of that wager. It's there till the expiration date of that wager. Now, so let's say we move up from $25 to $31. I can sell this wager to someone else for say $300 when I paid $200 to get into the wager, because it's a higher probability now that they're going to hit that $40 target, right? But so I give to someone else, so now it's their wager. So all you're doing is just exchanging hands with those options. That's all that's going on. So people have, a false thesis of what's going on. So, but when it comes to shares, that's why I'm telling people, I'm like, there's no real point, in my opinion. So like, I mean, I have some for every $1,000 worth of AMC that I had, I think I made $1,800. So, I mean, that's really good money. Don't get me wrong. That's really good money. But I mean, that's compared to options, that's nothing, you know? So if you can sell your options, take up 25% of that options and then put it out for more lotto calls and just keep doing that. I mean, I don't see I'm saving a whole bunch of my money. I can buy more shares if I want to. I know a lot of people that are doing that. They're selling their options. They're buying 70% into shares and then putting the rest of the 30% back into lotto plays for deeper out. It's smart. You know what I mean? It's smart. You'll make money off your stock, but if it also drops, you're not going to lose. Someone just said they made $200K on Friday, right? And then they are back down. They lost $175K when they moved back down. You didn't lose $175. You lost profits, yeah. But, you see these movements like this. This affects the price of those options quick. Socks, did I ever answer your question? I did. I think Socks, I do think it's a little bit it's a little bit on the conspiracy theory side, and I try to stay away from that side. And I really I see some of that stuff coming into the Discord, and it is concerning. So I probably will have to start nipping that in the butt, because I don't want conspiracies in the Discord. For the 59s, I placed 30,000 into the 59s. I'm not going too crazy anymore. I've made a decent chunk, so now I'm just kind of managing what I'm doing. But anything that I'm putting in the options, I'm willing to lose. Also, guys, I appreciate if you like the video. It does help out the channel. I really do appreciate it. I managed join. Not sure that the answer is what percent of this Friday's call in the money is expired. Do you feel been Delta hedge 50%? It depends. It depends. It's a good question as well. So I assume more will be covered by Wednesday this week. So most likely Tuesday, to be honest. The real question though is like what I want to see, like, and what everyone needs to see. I know it's $14 out. It's 14. You want to see 40 out. A break of 40, and this thing goes crazy. I think $40 is that mental level of, how high can we run? So I think we will see a gap up in pre-market, market like Matt Kors was saying. It's possible. It's possible. It's possible. I would think so. I would think we open up strong. All I want to see though is a move back above VWAP. That's all I want to see right now. I posted the exact trades in the Discord. And another thing, looking at OBV, they're getting a little bit of consolidation, yeah. I mean, but look, it looks fine. Like it looks beautiful, right? And then going out to like the 4 hour. I mean, man, I will have a video going over all this too later today. But I wanted to do a live. I know people have questions. You had that push down. I love what's going on, and you saw that bounce up at the end of the day. The fact that you got this right here was beautiful to end the day. That was beautiful. Now this doesn't look as beautiful, but yeah. What exact date and pricing on the options you got? For mid-June. They're all in the Discord though. I posted them all in the Discord already. So if you're in the Discord, they're there. I post pretty much everything. If I don't post it, then I'm either live going over it because it's just too volatile, so you can't know. How much do you think it's going to open up next week? I don't know what it's going to open up to. Let's just take a really quick trip back to, GameStop, right? Also, guys, like I said, I hate to be the guy to ask, and I hate asking, but it does help the channel out when you do like the video and stuff. It does. So I try to do as much stuff as free as possible too. So one sec. GameStop's like a freaking hit. Oh my gosh, gross. I just want to go back here. And right now, honestly, it looks very similar to GameStop. It looks extremely similar. It's really crazy to think about. Let's go to the 15-minute. Right here. This is what it looks like right here. You get that first push up to like 75. Came down in the week right here. It looks good. And I don't think a holiday is bad. The only thing that I'm looking like sketchily forward to is that proxy vote. I'm a little curious Adam Aaron's intentions, what he's thinking about. And guys, please don't ever what is this, Reddit? Let me think before. Oh, my phone just died. Thank God. I've been trying to get it to die for. I honestly, guys, I really don't care about Reddit. Please, like I'm like I'm kind of anti-Reddit at this point. It's just so like you have to go through so much of the stuff to really get to it. Where was I going? Adam Aaron. Yeah, I don't think he's talked about anything though. No, he hasn't. Kramer's been the biggest fanboy ever, though, of AMC, which is really good. I know people don't like him, but it's been really good. If you come out, though, next week, man, it's possible you gap. I would assume that's what Matt Kors is talking about, is moving off of that. I mean, looking at this chart, because it looks shockingly similar, right? You had just pure movement. There was no gaps. I mean, you had a gap, the last Friday and today, or yesterday, and you moved down. But overall, it looks phenomenal. Yeah, market is closed Tuesday. I just said that. I said Tuesday. Didn't I say we open up a Tuesday? I know. It's a holiday weekend. I just said a holiday weekend, right? You been trying to get your phone to die? Yeah, no, it's been locked. Like, it was stuck on the YouTube app. Like, the logo. I was watching a video. It kicked me out of the video, and it just stuck on the logo. So I've been trying to, like, get it to die so it would reset, and it wouldn't reset. And I don't want to do a hard reset on my computer. Do you think all these bots saying $40 was a squeeze? Look, I'm just saying I don't think it was a coincidence that everyone says there's going to be a fake squeeze on Friday and then we push up on Friday and then dump. I don't think that's a coincidence, right? I don't think it's a coincidence. Back on Tuesday, I was getting like people were commenting or bots were commenting on my channel saying that. You know what I mean? I don't think that. And you know, I'm not the one to think about conspiracy theories or anything like that. But I mean, for months, people have been trying to call a short squeeze and this and that. I mean, if you've been on the channel, congratulations, I guess. But like, I don't think it's coincidental that we get this massive push. And it says Friday's gonna be the short squeeze, and then we're gonna dump. You know what I mean? You need to sell on Friday, and then somebody like, well, it's a fake squeeze. You know, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. There was no share. Like they have not covered the video I posted yesterday. Like a little bit of a rant for me, I guess, but like, and look at this volume right here. Like this is huge right here. Like this is something that's different too from here to here. Like let's just like can I zoom in on that for you guys? Can I? Oh my God, what's going on? Dude, what's going on? Okay, so see here? You see how we pushed up right here? Before we get this massive day? Look here. See, when we topped off, we didn't get another bar up near that level. There was never another day near that 1.2. We're not peaking yet, in my opinion. The volume is still at 7. I mean, we basically had 700 million days right here, right? I mean, two days in a row. The volume doesn't trend. Volume, when you're peaking out, volume won't trend and then dump. Okay, that's not how it works. Your volume will not trend like this. Maybe you can't see because my big head's in the way. Here, let me move my head out of the way on the stream. I'm going to move my head over here for a sec. So right here you can see, right? We had like, you know, 2 500, 450s, and then we popped up, right? And then you came down. There's been no pop here, guys. I would be surprisingly shocked if this right here represents any type of top. Because when you are trending or you're moving up on a stock or a short squeeze especially, you don't trend at a level. Short squeezers are pops. You get huge influxes of volume, and then you typically drop, right? It's what happens. I mean, you can look at the Ortex data with how short squeeze happens. Like you top out in between the top and the 50% drop is like, I think, a 2-day period, or like 12, like it's between like 12 hours and 2 days. So like of trading hours. So like it's about 12 hours total. So you don't trend at those high levels. And like these are just things that I've been trying to point out, is like, I know people want to focus on the conspiracies and the DTCC rules, and like that hasn't done nothing for anyone. I'm just saying that those rules that have come out, I know people are excited about new rules coming out every other day, but they don't really seem to affect the underlying value of the stock, because there's been countless rules in this whole time period and nothing's really happened. Okay, but what has happened is the data finally started to line up. We finally started to see that borrow fee go to 99%. That's incredible. I didn't predict, a 90% borrow fee. I didn't. I thought it was going to be like 30%, but 90%, no complaints from me. That was like sign number one. This thing is starting. You know what I mean? And then you start to just see everything line up. And then the utilization, you're still at 99%. That's once utilization starts to drop, that's when I would get concerned. And that was part of the concerning part when Ortex, they messed up with the data. And that was like, okay, well, you can't just solely rely on Ortex, right? They're doing a good job, but you can't just rely on their data. One sec, John Adams, I'll read your question in a sec. But looking at this, like, it's still up there. So that means there's they haven't covered. They haven't. It's just clear as day. So, I mean, and then you have also, if you don't just trust the YouTubers, you have the media even saying it now too on CNBC. They're like, they haven't covered. The data shows they haven't covered at all. It's still there. You know what I mean? So if you don't trust, and I recommend that you question everything you see and read and hear on YouTube, 100%, question everything. Do not take financial advice of random people on YouTube you have no idea about, right? Even if you know anything about it, don't just take it off. Like, use people as indicators. That's what I'd say. Like, treat us like one of these. You know what I mean? That's what I recommend. Do you care about IV on options? I do care about IV on options, but I think now you're in a key place of going berserk. So that's why people in Discord and stuff, that's why they made. I don't know if you're gonna make the same amount of profits on options as these guys. Okay, all these guys in the Discord, right? Because they got into these options. This guy made like 200 grand, like 250 grand. It's insane. This is one of the guy's portfolios over the past week because he got in before the IV, and I was trying to tell people, like, guys, the IV doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Off of such a little investment, like, and that's not to run anyone down for having less money, but like, look, now he has enough money to really start trading. You know what I mean? $28,000 off of like 1,000, guys. Insane. Congratulations to like everyone. So, insane. I'm trying to find. There was one that was incredible. Someone made like 600K or some crap, just berserk. So, but like, yeah, I don't think people should have the same expectations as getting in at $10, $13. Those were the real money plays. You know what I mean? Now you can still make money on options, but I'm telling you, people, like, you can't have this gambler's mentality when it comes to options right now. $40 is huge. That is like the key thing on my mind right now. I don't care about anything else. All I care about is $40, because if $40 hits, I believe we start to see a real gamma squeeze start to occur. I believe we're seeing part of it occur here, but I think we're hitting levels that we didn't think we would hit. I think we're hitting levels we didn't think we'd hit this quick. And so if we get to $40, guys, it's like uphill from there. It's pretty crazy. If $40 hits early in the week, I think $50 hits within hours, to be honest. My personal opinion. I have no idea when hedge funds are going to cover. I can't tell you that. I mean, if they haven't covered now, why? You know what I mean? How could I tell you that they would cover at 45? You know what I mean? They are rationalizing stupidity with themselves. You know what I mean? So like they're telling themselves like, covering at this level was, Wanda smart money has already sold. Wanda sold at $10. AMC, I think AMC strategically sold. I can go ahead in a second because I don't think that they want it. So like, let's say AMC waited for all this to happen and they diluted at, let's say, $20, right? Okay. They would get a lot of backlash. And then they possibly could get some insider trading stuff going on, saying they manipulated the stock to get a squeeze and then taking advantage. Like, they could do that. So I think the play for them is to wait a few months and then, try to get some more dilution and then go from there. You know what I mean? Or wait a month or so. At least, or wait till this thing squeezes to like, because we've also seen with GameStop, AMC could squeeze to like, let's say it squeezes to $180. GameStop is still trending at $200, and it has been. So if AMC comes down to $39 after the massive push or wherever it goes, right, they can still file for that dilution and still get a crap ton of money and cover all their debt. So either way, I think Adam Aaron played it pretty smart for what he's doing. I mean, I didn't think he would sell so soon, but I understand his logic because he knew Wanda had to sell. And he didn't really like come out and say, and maybe he couldn't come out and say it. Maybe that's unfair for me to say that he didn't come out and warn everyone, but it's I think he knew Wanda was going to sell, and I think Wanda sold for multiple reasons. One, they were already like getting rid of all American assets essentially. Two, they don't have primary control of the company. If you've been running a company for so long and making all the decisions, I would assume you're unhappy when you can't make the decisions anymore. So that makes sense. But yeah. I want to buy a few AMC options. Do you have suggestions? I only post what I buy when I get in, so I already have my options open. I know I can't speak this morning. I'm not buying puts. I won't buy puts. There's a number of reasons why I won't. If you want, you can try to hedge your position like that, but I wouldn't. I'm not going to do it. I have no interest in doing that personally. Did I answer that question? Yeah, John, I answered your question. I hope I answered it. So, but you're still not capped out. You're still not at the same IV as we were in January. And I think we're going to get higher. I think we're going to get that high again. Maybe even higher. This thing could get berserk. So there's still money to be made on options. People just need to be really careful. After the squeezes and we're sitting on filthy rich, can you do a vid recommending how not to lose all your attendees on stupid stuff? So yes, I 100% will. So on my channel, first of all, I don't as of like the past 3 weeks, it's primarily been just AMC. But on my channel, that's not just what I talk about. And I recommend asking people in the Discord what we talk about primarily and like, what's going on there. But I mean, you can see it's constant other stocks, growth stocks, long-term stuff like that. That's pretty much what it is. You know what I mean? That's why I'm finishing college. That's what it is for. You know what I mean? Long-term invest. Not really long-term. I hate the term long-term, but yeah. 100%. I'm a step-by-step guy though. You know what I mean? Like here, let me move my face back over. I just noticed I have that logo in my eye. So I don't want to talk about 1,000 yet. I want to talk about, just the next step. Like let's hit 40, you know what I mean? Then let's hit like 70. Then let's go, just keep going and going. I don't want to there's no point in just looking too far ahead. You know what I mean? Like that's not smart. You know what I mean? That's why people got stuck in some of these options and didn't take profits on some of the options and then maybe buy more shares. You know what I mean? That's the problem. And so people, when you look at options the wrong way, you think, okay, this is bad. But think about the people, like I have people now that, they made, I think Jimmy in the Discord, lame. He made like 400 grand. I think he put like 100 grand back into shares. He withdrew like 200 grand and then put more money into options. So like, you can buy more shares if you make enough money with the options. It's like, guys, we got to just like use our brains. I know we're monkeys. Okay, I get it. But we got to think a little bit we got to think like, Caesar. Okay, don't think like Koba. So I'm just saying, just think it's just next step. That's all. So right now, I don't care about anything past 40 right now. All I'm worried about is getting above the weekly. When we start the week, I want to see us get above VWAP. Then after that, we'll get above 32, and then it's 36. And once you get above 36, I think it's 40 straight from there. It'll be just a slingshot right there. Right now, 36 is going to be really key. But once you get above 40, I'm like, dude, gamma squeeze. When is it happening? For me, that's all I'm thinking. I'm like, dude, when is the gamma squeeze happening? That's all I'll be thinking about. So, because after 40, guys, there is so much volume on those $40 calls. You don't understand. You do not There's more. So all these calls that expired right here, these 191,000, there's more than 191,000 alone on June 18 $40 calls. And they're rolling in. The volume is insane. I mean, there might be a squeeze like this again, but yeah. So, I mean, people are always gonna be greedy. Like it's history. It happens. You know what I mean? That's investing. It's a greedy people. That's what it is. Just because this is happening, it doesn't. I don't think anything's gonna change. I think that the investing is gonna be the same. It's gonna be, people are gonna be at a disadvantage. But I think right now retail is showing that they can pick specific stocks. And I think, honestly, what's going to happen, I think SEC is probably going to try to make laws preventing it. That's what I think is going to happen. But we'll see what happens. It'll be interesting. Also, guys, I do appreciate if you like the video. You don't have to subscribe, although I would love to have you on the channel. Gamma and FOMO, then short squeeze. Gamma. TG Samaritans. I'll come back to your question. If you want to YOLO 20K in option on Tuesday, what would you buy? Oh my gosh. It depends where we open up. I like $59 calls, but they're super that's high risk. You know what I mean? It's a YOLO. That's what it is. It's a complete YOLO. I like the 59 June 18th. I even like you can go further than June if you want to be a little bit safer. But I like 59s where they're at. I think there's 70s now too on TD. I mean, 70s sound pretty crazy too. I wouldn't hold till 70 on those options. You have to play those differently, but obviously not financial advice. Black Sheep, what do you mean? The number can be right. There has to be way more than right. Like we have 1,000 just in Discord. I don't know what you mean. Speaking of greed, the higher it goes, does that get maximum profit to shorts to enter the top? It does, but the borrow fee is also going to be increasing. I anticipate that borrow fee to really start to increase. So, But another thing too is it might not increase too much because people are going to start taking profits. When they take profits, they're not going to be able to loan those shares out. So that's going to be the real question. Depends how many calls you have. You can be able to sell them. Like some people, like for instance, some people held some of the $13 calls we called in the Discord from like last week. They held them, okay, and those were worth about like $20 a piece, right? So that's like $2,000 for each single option, right? And they held, right? So, you know, they had like 20 of them. They were able to get rid of them easy. It just depends. You know what I mean? It just depends. The open interest there. And you have to do on CPSH. Growth stocks are dying right now because of the way that our economy is functioning. Growth stocks are getting shredded. I've been trying to tell people the economy is not really in a healthy spot. People kind of, you know, get a good laugh and troll out of it. It is what it is. But overall, the economy is not in a great spot. It's not. Inflation's getting pretty scary. The Nasdaq still near all-time highs, but it looks like it's going to have a good month coming up, so we'll see. I wasn't really. I mean, the Friday action wasn't concerning. It was a little bit like, it sucks. You know what I mean? But like, we knew it was gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like, it's been all over social media. It's been on all the like the videos we made. People are commenting like the fake squeeze on Friday. Everyone's gonna sell on Friday. You know what I mean? Like, it's like it's not even like it's almost like, you know, I expected it. Get my phone's fixed. There we go. What price prediction for next week? Talking champ options, getting those juicy 59s. See, I've already got them. What's your next max strike price available for 618? I think they're on TD. They're 70s. I believe so. They're 70s. Shallow attacks to be expected. Trumpy losty. Yeah, I think out of all things, like looking at Vortex, the things that look the best, my opinion. So if we come in on Tuesday and utilization's dumped, that'd be pretty terrifying. That would be terrifying. Because they do update this. It seems like a little bit delayed. It's not on the daily. It seems like they're updating that like once every day. At the end, like the beginning of each day, they update this number. So Tuesday, that's what I think people need to be looking for is utilization. As long as it's up there, feeling good. But this right here, they haven't returned anything at all. Like that's just bonkers. How's Root doing? I mean, everything growth-wise and other plays, in my opinion, aren't doing great. Root started to get a huge move after, you know, AMC started running. It had a huge move. What is that, like 25, 30%? Yeah? Yeah, like 25, 30%. It was a really strong move. But they're super undervalued, too, longer term. I'm going to be looking to just remove a whole bunch of assets once this is all over to things I like a lot. You know, they're beating earnings, too. Yeah, I like them. Dun, 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 dun. So I'm trying to read some of these questions. Would you ever consider buying any GME options? No, I'm not interested in GME. Personally, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not going to tell anyone if AMC's a good buy at 26 and stuff. Like, it's, you know, I've been here. I've been saying it since, you know, 12, 10, 13. Like, we've been saying it. I'm not going to tell someone to FOMO in or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like, make your own decisions. Do what you want to do. You want to be a part of it, be a part of it. You don't. You want to hold. You want to sell. Do what you want to do. But, you know, if you weren't interested before, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? Like, if that's your investing methodology is like get in once it starts pumping, like you might have problems down the road. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I think this will still make me money, but I don't want to be the guy that encourages people to buy when things are pumping up. You know what I mean? I like it a lot, though. I think they keep going. Wait, crypto? Not right now. I sold a lot of my cryptos. I bought 245 call on GME 611. Why not? I mean, I'm not like shaming anyone for buying or FOMOing in at all. That's all I'm doing. But I'm just saying, don't ask me, please. Like, do I get in here? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna answer your question. You know what I mean? I mean, all throughout this time, I mean, we were just making videos this whole entire time, the whole time. There's over like 150 AMC videos on the channel, I think, something crazy like that. And that's on Michael Burry's inflation predictions. I think he's right. I think inflation's bad. I think inflation's really bad. 100%. What makes you interested in AMC and not GME? There's more upside, a lot more upside, and has been more upside. All the media turns on hedges and empowers those stuff. Money is the time to say humph. It probably is time to say humph. But yeah, people are understanding. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, look at what's going on. One sec. Boom, 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 boom. What are we looking at? Let's go to Kramer. Give a lot of people commenting, a lot of his coworkers and stuff commenting on it. Dude, he's been on Wall Street Bets. Can't they have high price targets? Nothing wrong with that unless the SEC says the group must be followed. Is it different from hedge funds coming on, knocking the market down and buying? See, this is what I think will eventually happen. It's kind of scary, is what he's saying here. Is like Wall Street Bets will continue doing this. Like even after AMC, they're gonna. I know this wasn't a Wall Street Bet movement, but it's kind of like all in the same. It's people doing the same thing. You know what I mean? Like coming together, buying a specific stock, it goes up. You know, not selling the stock, right? And I wonder what they're going to say or do about that. But until then, who cares? I don't think it's going to affect AMC at all. I know he likes Beyond a lot. What was I going to say? Who's the other guy? I think he like commented on Matt Kors. He's the black guy. I can't think of his name. People are going to get mad because I said black guy. But I'm black. It's okay. I can say that. Where's he at? This guy, Charles. Yes, Charles Payne. He's been really big on it too for like the past few weeks. Huge on it. Massive on it. You know what I mean? So people are all coming in on a line of this. All of them. I look nothing like Christian Polchnik. He's a good soccer player though. I mean, he's been huge on it for the past few days. Like 2 weeks almost, I would say. So it's like they're all coming in line and they're all agreeing and they're all looking at the same thing right now. And it's like, that's why I just wouldn't be concerned. At these levels here, I wouldn't be concerned. Everyone's saying the same thing. Literally everyone on CNBC is saying, why would you sell EMC right now? You know what I mean? And when Rich Greenfield went on to CNBC and said what he said, they were like, why would you short? They're like, why would you continue shorting? It makes no sense. Like, it's just like, you're down so much money. It doesn't logically, they're like, it's definitely going to go up. Why not just wait? Am I blocked? I don't think I've even messaged this guy before. I don't think I'm going to get approved, though. We'll see. The Diamonds hand. I hate his NFTs. They bug me out. Let's get some questions. At this point, bro, short sellers. At this point, pure. I agree. Tuesday expectations. I think it'll be strong. I have a strong feeling for this coming week. Best thing I can like relate this to is because now everyone so many people I know are messaging me about like personally, or like texting me and stuff off of Snapchat like, hey, like what about AMC, should I buy? And I'm like, I just don't respond at this point. But it's just like everyone, it's remember when Bitcoin ran up, was it 2017 or 16? And it was during Thanksgiving weekend when it really started. Like the week before Thanksgiving it started going up, and then Thanksgiving week hit, and everyone at Thanksgiving was talking about Bitcoin. And then in December, Bitcoin went to like 20K for the first time ever from like $3,000, right? And I think that's where we're at right now, personally, for AMC and GameStop and some of these, primarily AMC. I think everyone's talking. I mean, you have, NFL players, you have celebrities. Everyone's talking about like AMC right now. You know what I mean? It's everywhere. So I don't find it. I think you're at that level where it's like it's getting started. You know what I mean? Like, and it's looking at it from like a rationale point of like market cap. I'm like, okay, like how much more can this really go? But then like you have people that are just buying it up. You know what I mean? Like potentially, like let's play a game and say Vanguard sold, right? Let's just hypothetically say, chances are if we're moving like this, if they sold 40, 50 million, however many they sold, dude, it got bought right up. You know what I mean? Retail just bought it straight up. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's not concerning. Daniel T. Is there a bot in here? Can I tag him? I'll ban him. Oh. There, my bad, didn't see him. Y'all want to see something funny, though? Y'all want to see something really funny? So, remember Belmont? So, this is Belmont. This was a few days ago. So, you threw shade at the wrong person. You can't talk trash without expect mercy. And Belmont said, AMC won't ever do anything. May 19th. It's just a waste of time. And I said, $37,000 later. And he said, good luck. And I said the same day, yo, question, why talk about AMC and saying it's going to squeeze right in the train like Riley Reid in her latest scene? Just curious. And he never responded. And then I said on the 26th, what happened? Where's the website? Ruby Club Flow? So, also, if you're watching this and you're a YouTuber, don't scam. Don't scam people. Don't say you make money that you don't make. Don't do that. Don't do that. I don't like that. I will continuously call people out that are lying and manipulating this. And I also will say, I know people here are going to get mad or whatever. And I would like Matt Kors to respond, just so you guys know. I sent out the tweet yesterday. I'm just curious. I was like, man, like, it was frustrating what he said. I'm curious if I jumped on the bandwagon, because Matt Kors said I jumped on the bandwagon. I'm in it for clicks. I'm in it for money. This, that. Just so you know, also, nothing to prove to anyone, but let's just go back to where Tyler made his first AMC video. 3 months ago was one. 4 months ago, right there. I think this is the first one. Hey, yeah. It's everyone. The 26th. AMC stock huge bullish news. The 26th. Let's see. January 26th. Wow. The 26th, guys. The first AMC video I ever made was on the 26th. Just so you know. And Matt Kors calls me a bandwagoner. This is the 26th. Look at me. Look at the stash. I'm just saying. And he said it in his video. And I just want an answer. So if y'all could, I would love for y'all to try to get an answer from him for me. Because this is my point right here. People say that I'm a bear, I'm this, I'm that. But this is where we have to come into reality. Is the only way to be bullish on a stock to say we are going up and only up? Or as an active trade, should we objectively review the stock? Curious, because this is how I predicted sideways movement and a massive spike down, a massive spike of borrow fees. Go check all my videos from mid into March, because I did predict that. Okay? I'm not fighting him. I just want an answer. That's what I'm saying. I'm not fighting. Matt Kors randomly commented this about me. He could have said, I don't watch Tyler. But he went on. I'm not fighting. If I was fighting, I would make another Belmont video. I'm not going to do it right now. I just want an answer. I think I deserve an answer for BS. Personally, that's just me. And if we want to be real, like who made their first video on AMC? I mean, I think he actually might have beat me to it. Did he? He might have been. I think he was. I think he was like before me. I think he was. I don't know. Was he? He may have. The 28th? Uh-oh. He might not. I actually don't think he was. So, actually, I think my first video came out before his. The 27th. My first video was on the 26th. So I'm just saying, how could I bandwagon if my first video on AMC was? I'm just saying, maybe he deleted a video. Maybe there's one I'm missing. But I'm just saying, like, I just want an answer. So if you go into stream and stuff, I would just love an answer for that personally, and I would love for it to be like written, because I don't want people to like delete videos and stuff like that. He's already said I should delete my YouTube and stuff like that. So yeah, I would just love an answer. That'd be cool. Because I have opinions. I just withholding them for now. Yeah, it was his account. He said it on a live stream, but you can go watch the live stream. It was like snakes and something. Was his comment? But yeah, so it is what it is. Anyways, I think it looks strong. I mean, no hate on anyone. Like I said, I think I said in my last video, like, anyone who saw my AMC, everyone had their part. You know what I mean? Like, everyone, like, for the most part. Like, I think there's some people that are like just coming into it now and you need to watch out for it. If someone's just reading Reddit to you, you know what I mean? Like Andrew Mo and stuff, like, they're just that's just for views. Like, you know what I mean? They're just making like they go from GameStop to other stocks and stuff like that. You need to like be careful with what you're like intaking, right? Because like if I listen to BS long enough, I'm gonna start to believe it. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these guys really believe everything they read on Reddit. And I'm not saying that Reddit's all bad, but like now it's coming to the place where like it's like Wikipedia. Anyone can put whatever I mean, Wikipedia is probably more like, you know, factual than Reddit for the most part. So I recommend like really just questioning everything that you're seeing on YouTube and that you're absorbing, because only a few people. I mean, I can really say that, and I understand like people saying the whole bandwagon thing, like what it is. Like people are jumping on it for like, I mean, AMC did change the channel. I can admit that AMC bolstered the channel, but I mean, I've been with it and it's been a pretty great play. It's made me a lot of money. I don't care if my views go. I mean, that's another thing too. I don't do what I do for views. I don't do it for views. I don't do it for views, man. I make enough money trading. I make enough money from everything else. I could care less. I will never like change the person I am to make more money ever. I'm the same person from the beginning. I made my YouTube to right now. I will never change. I'm thinking about, because I'm gonna do for the members and stuff in Discord and stuff. Like I'm gonna have like they want me to drop like hoodies and stuff, because I was obviously always wearing a hoodie. So I'm probably gonna start making the hoodie and stuff, but that'll just be for Discord members and it'll be at cost. I won't make any money off that. I don't care to, because everyone in the Discord's kind of like contributing to that. Like we have one guy that made the logo, we have one guy that's done other stuff. So it's just like, if y'all are all doing the work too, like I'll just give it to everyone at cost. Like, but yeah. But I'm thinking about, because it'll just be drops. So like it'll be like you buy it once and like it's never there again, right? So but I'm thinking on the back end of having like a Reddit sort of thing as well. Almost like my favorite Reddit right now is subreddit is track stocks. I don't know if you guys know. This is Dead Insides. I don't know how, I haven't looked at it recently. But it's a really good subreddit. But yeah, so it's pretty solid. I always recommend it to people, but I haven't looked at it recently. Like I have not paid attention to it at all recently. I heard options brought the stock down Friday. I don't think so, no. So yeah, but I don't know if I'll use Reddit. I might. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I'll use my own. I don't know. I don't want to have a whole bunch of responsibility of stuff though. That's what I don't want. I like to be able to just do my own thing. Scared money came for AMC, stayed for the calls and the entertainment. Hey, Nephalite. Analysts say this week will be the peak of the squeeze. I'm ready for the peak. It's possible. It's possible. This thing could run on longer though. Like what I mean, like You have to look at what's happening. But the question is, when does retail? Because once retail sells, that's when it's like over. And that's another thing that I want to point out in that video that I posted yesterday. It was like, I don't think retail is selling. When we're seeing big sellers, you're seeing what's happening. I mean, it's clear. It's clear when people are selling. You hit a resistance and you can't break it. You know, it's the same thing. This is when people were selling. I mean, this is the only place you could have said people may have been selling was like $20. But now we're going up. No, I don't think to logically think that thousands of retail investors put their sell markers at $34 to $35 together is stupid. That's so stupid. No. What happened on CTM or reverse stock split? You about to show 800 plus people what crash is, right? I'm glad you like the channel, guys. Can you make a LTD discount? No, there will never be discounts for the Discord. Actually, the price most likely will increase over time because it's already getting too crowded. So it's like you join in when I drop more spots, or you just don't get in. You know what I mean? Like I said too, don't really care too much about like having a ton of people in the Discord and stuff like that. Also too, it's getting to the point in Discord where there's too much like conspiracy theories and stuff, and like I'm about to start cutting that out because we're not doing that in the channel. Like, you know, smart arguments, smart conversations. That's what it's about. Here in the channel, like I don't want to talk about crazy conspiracies and like, you know, drama and stuff. I don't want to talk about that. You know what I mean? Now, if someone says something false about someone else, I'm gonna call that out. It is what it is. Or someone's like, you know, scamming people, I'll call it out. But like, on Friday we had a lot of like people like in the Discord were getting really like upset about, you know, they were getting really upset with just, I guess, the market dropping. You know, we saw one bad day, right? And they were just like getting mad, and it's just like, you know, I understand tensions can get serious and stuff, but yeah. Also, I'm gonna go live in the Discord. So if Discord members, if you want to hop in, we can talk. You can talk on stream. You can ask questions. So I'll be live in the Discord. You can ask questions. Ooh. I need to turn my amp down. I'm gonna do this. Is this hold forever, or is this a good indicator for when it squeezes through? Hodl forever? I don't know. I'm never gonna tell anyone when to sell, when to buy, anything like that. I'll tell people when I buy and when I sell. That's all I'll do. But yeah. I'm gonna move the Discord over here real quick. 1 sec. So if you're in Discord, you can hop on the chat. I'll tell people. One sec. There is a little bit of a delay. Is there any spots opening? I don't know. I think we filled up. Maybe Monday. I don't know. It's full right now. I might open some Monday. I don't know. Maybe. Here's the real question. Cake or death? Cake. SEC better crack down on these hedge funds that break the rules. Post squeeze. What type of floor is AMC looking at? So impossible to say, because I think even with GME, like you couldn't have assumed this. Like, right? Like GME had a huge squeeze, but guess what? Like look where it's, you know, pretty much trended at like the low was like 140, which is still so high. You know what I mean? Like, it looks really good. Do you have an exit strategy? I've been just exiting options as we move up and then just buying more with some profits that I made. So it's just recycling profits, essentially. That's all we're doing. And if you get muted in the Discord, please just let me know. I mute people if you have background noise. That's all I do. I don't know when I'm adding. Maybe Sunday. Maybe Sunday or Monday. I don't know. Because I'll just be locking it up. GME, AMC costs all had coordinated sell-offs at the same time on Friday. Yeah, I know they all look identical. Yeah, they all look identical. The GME chart looks terrible compared to everything else, though. Like, you still have like a pretty decent little leg to go down for that gap. Pretty gross on the 4 hour. We'll go to like. Here, I gotta mute this.
Oh my goodness.
All right. See if there's any questions. But yeah. So I'm concerned a bit about the hardball. The rule breaking hedgers could be playing. Did anyone suspect? I don't think any of the DTCC rules are that important to AMC right now. Personally, I could be wrong. What AMC positive do you normally? What AMC positive do you normally have? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. But not selling anything till 500. Call you crazy? Hey. Let's go back to AMC. I mean, the chart looks like just comparison phenomenal. Like there's no comparison. There's no comparison. Personally, I think it will be price based. I think the 225,000 options on $40 are huge, and that'll be the cue for a real gamma squeeze, my opinion. And it looks like shorts don't want to cover yet. So I think if we get a gamma squeeze from 36 to $40, then we start pushing from a gamma squeeze from there. I believe that's when shorts would probably have to start covering at that point. I think they would have to. I don't know. I would assume though. I think volatility is just getting started. I think we look really strong. Why wouldn't they halt again? What do you mean? Like, why wouldn't Robinhood restrict you from buying? Is that what you mean? Why wouldn't they restrict people from buying? I don't think they can. That was kind of like a one-time thing. They've already addressed. They've fixed the storehouse issues or whatever. So I don't think they can do that again. Ty reminds me of the new how crucial holding through dips is, especially at the higher prices and net loss. So I think, my opinion, I mean, I keep saying it. I think selling my shares here are dumb. That's a dumb factor. What I'm looking to do here is purely options based when it comes to selling options. Okay. So like for instance, right? If you sell options at $33, right? Getting back into options down here is smart. You know what I mean? So let's say you make 100,000 right here. Okay. You can throw 50,000 back into shares, right? And those are low risk theoretically, right? Because if you drop, people saw, so like if you had 100,000 here and you drop down to here, your options probably like lost about 75% of their value in a really short amount of time. So that 100 turned back into 25K over time. So like in theory though, if you're 50K, if you dropped all the way down to like 15, you would still be sitting at like roughly $30,000. You have a lot more room to play with there. So that's just something to think. I hope that makes sense as well. So what you could do, and I would and am doing, right? I'm selling on little peaks, and then as I'm doing that with options, I'm putting about 50% back into shares, profiting about 10,000, and sticking more back into options for more lottos. Does that make sense? So I'm playing shares as well at this bottom, and then buying more options to ride back up to that next level, and just rinse and repeating. Maybe I missed the time to buy more options. Maybe I missed that. It's a possibility. I'm fine with it. I'm not being greedy here. But shares, I have no concern about. Shares, because, I mean, the average entry on shares were down here $12 and $14. You know what I mean? And some people like $10, some people $6. You know what I mean? So you have no concern at all at that point. I mean, there's no concern whatsoever for those people. And then not selling those shares, when you sell the shares, that's where you're going to... People selling shares, you think to yourself, that's what's going to affect the downward movement. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it is what it is. The new rules and regulations are mostly for either. No, they're for, in my opinion, the new rules and regulations are one in hand with what happened with Discovery and Viacom with Archaeos. That's a really big incident, in my opinion. Now, could those come to affect AMC in the future? Yes, they could. 100% they could. But I think there's a lot of over leveraging on the upside that no one's talking about. And I know no one wants to talk about it, but the market is greatly inflated. We're sitting at record level highs. We had a once in a lifetime V-shaped recovery from COVID. I mean, incredible. Absolutely incredible, right? So I think that, I think a lot of companies are overvalued right now, and I think if we do have that recession, indeed, I think we're gonna see a lot of people lose money, and I think a lot of companies will get margin or funds will get margin called for over leveraging to the upside on tech companies. How's the undisputed option? Undisputed option kings, baby. We're just down in Starbucks, baby, today. And if you want to know, the drink of choice from Starbucks is gonna be you get a grande pike. Okay, this is their base coffee with a shot of espresso, and you stick about like an inch of steamed half and half or breve, whatever you want to call it, and that's the drink. No sweeteners. So I don't know if you talked about it already, but what's your prediction for SP Tuesday? S&P? I think it's going to be... So we have we have a... It's a month open. So that's good. I anticipate a stronger month open. I think we have a decent open into June, right? I think it's June. Yeah. I'm forgetting my months. But what I wanted to see was a push above 13.9. Because if we pushed above 13.9, I would have been pretty bullish on the month overall, but we didn't. So this is going to be a pretty big resistance on the Nasdaq and then S&P. Where's the S&P's at, right? It's like a SPY. Oh, they're above. S&P's above. S&P looks really good. Yeah, so S&P looks phenomenal. Yeah. Nasdaq is a concerning one, tech. That's where I'd be most concerned with, but I think we'll move well. I always sell my options. I never, ride those all to expiration. Letting me on calls. I have some calls, some $59 calls already. Yeah. Man, I think people joined the Discord like just now too. Wow. What's your name? Smooth Brain.
Hey Tyler, can you take a look at two other stocks for me?
Sure. What's up?
Can you check Skills and Macrovisions?
I think MVIS is gonna get a pump too, just because it's so it's really ingrained in Reddit as well. Skills is scary. I don't like it. It rejected off of the monthly. I can stream my screen in the Discord too, so I guess it might cuck this stream though. You can see it now in the Discord, but it got rejected on the monthly. It could keep going. I don't know. I don't know enough about it on Skills. MVIS though, I think MVIS is pretty strong, but crazy wicks. You might be able to wait till like 1475. I know BlackBerry looks strong, but I'm not touching any of the other memes. I'm not interested in them right now, to be honest. Maybe this dip is when you buy them. I don't know. It's just super scary on those. Huge catalyst.
Yeah, I bought options and I fell asleep during power hour and didn't get out of them.
Here, one sec. Let me address a question real quick. Okay, so this question right here, Lasagna Pinwheel. Options do nothing to help. You ain't apes. Okay, so this is stupidity. Okay, so this right here, this is what I'm talking about with the community, and you're not educated, okay? And you shouldn't speak if you don't know what you're talking about, because this movement right here is primarily from options. Okay, because you just had one of the best weeks you ever could have had. 191,000 calls expired in the money this past Friday. And so if you don't know what that means, so take a calculator and how many shares had to be covered this week because they were in the money. Okay, we'll just round down. Times 100. That's how many shares had to be covered alone this week. Okay, maybe they were covered a little bit last week, maybe the week, probably most of them were this week. So that's stupidity. And then you have another 225,000 alone at the $40 strike. Guys, guys. Yeah, don't speak if you don't know what you're talking about, because options 100% are helping. And then you have people making hundreds of thousands of dollars on this move up. They're selling on the options and then buying more shares. So the money's just flowing from options back into shares. It's just a complete cycle. So you don't know what you're talking about. Now, I understand you've watched YouTube for 3 days and you've been spent a few times on Reddit over the past 2 days. I get it. You're trying to get knowledge, but that's stupid. And I've been dealing with this same thesis on my channel for so long, that options are bad and they don't help the stock. Well, you're wrong. You're wrong, because typically, and what happened with GameStop, you get a gamma squeeze before you get a short squeeze. The gamma squeeze gets you to those high levels to where shorts are like, oh crap, we have to cover. And then once you have to start to cover, that's when the short squeeze occurs, after the gamma. It's 99% of the time, and in theory, that's how you keep the repeating wheel of the cycle going, if that does in fact happen. So that's really, really stupid logic. That's really dumb. Really dumb. So, and if you don't like options, it's okay. But I'm gonna tell you right now, okay? I have all these people right now that maybe they probably made more money than most of you guys. I have 20-year-olds in here that are made $70,000, $60,000. That's insane. This kid's like 20 years old, 19 years old, 51 grand. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on. Like, this is dumb. Look at Lame. Look at Jimmy over here. This Jimmy, I don't know if you ever talked to Jimmy in the Discord, but interesting guy, to say the least. Sitting at $418,000 from $17,000 turned into $414,000. And now he's buying shares. So could he have bought more shares when it was at $10,000? When AMC was at $10, could he have bought more shares with 17, or could he buy more shares with $414,000 sitting at $26? Do the math really quick, because I already know the answer. So these questions and these statements are really dumb, really dumb, really dumb. So I don't, you know, it is what it is though. No, you can't. No, it's still there. Okay, I keep using the same analogy. So let's say this cup represents my option. And so what I'm going to say the option represents is a wager. So what I'm saying is I'm betting the stock is going to go to, let's say, $30. Okay, so let's say this Friday I'm betting we're going to go to $30 right here. Okay? That's what this cup represents. So stay with me. If I buy it here, the contract is worth $200. And we start moving up immediately on Monday morning. And so Monday morning, within 5 minutes, we get to $28 right here. Now, this wager is a lot more likely to hit that target. So now this is worth, let's say, $400. So now I can sell my original $200 and make a $200 profit for $400. Okay, so I sell this to someone else for $400, and if it hits this target, let's say I make $1,000 or whatever it may be. Okay, whatever that number may be. So now I can sell this wager to someone else. Okay. So where's the wager now? It's in someone else's hand. Are y'all following? It's just transferring hands. That's all. It doesn't go anywhere. It's still there. Like, that's total false, bad logic. Bad. Tell in your opinion, non-financial advice. How long is the AMC playing on PS? Thanks for liking Funko for 2 months. 9,000. Yeah, Funko was huge. Funko's the best NFT play, probably besides GameStop now. But yeah, Funko's been huge. We've been pretty bullish. I mean, Funko's, look how, I can't believe they're performing this well even with a down market somewhat. Pretty insane. Yeah, so congrats. Their earnings are just gonna keep getting better. But yeah. It's hard to say how long it goes though on AMC. I can't give an answer. It's just whenever they start to cover is when, I think the end of the line is near, once they start covering. So that's what I would be looking for personally, is when do they start covering, and they haven't. So it's hard to say. I couldn't tell you though. I couldn't get inside the mind. I think the proxy is going to be really big for this week. I think we have some big factors coming up, but ultimately I think it's It's hard to give you a direct answer on that. Most lack critical thinking. I understand. Name Mills, dude, get out of here, bro. Like, I'm all for other YouTubers. I don't care, but like, dude, I'm not gonna have someone come in here trash me and then promote someone. Like, what? I actually like Lou though. I think he's kind of cool. I don't watch all of his. I can't watch everyone's. Like, he posts way too many. There's no way I could watch them all. There's no way in the world I could watch all of his videos. There's so many. I'd be careful on Sundial. I'd be careful. Up 2,000% on my 12 options expiring 611. I wish more people understood options help greatly because Delta hedging is. I understand. I've just tried to help people. That's all I've tried to do. That's all I've tried to do. Will we ever have an idea of the amount of synthetics? If you're gonna ever have an idea, it's gonna be Tuesday. So when we're gonna have a somewhat of an idea. Yeah, I think with Sundial you already had your short squeeze a long time ago, and it was a pretty big one. I think people still might be short on it, but I don't think it's as big as that. What options expiration are you looking for next? I'm already in options for $59 calls. Another thing someone just mentioned too on one of my in a comment on YouTube was yes, there's different indexes for different sectors. Well, they typically represent. Industrials is typically Dow. Tech is typically Nasdaq. Some tech goes in the SPY as well. Someone just mentioned, and I didn't touch on it in the video. I'm sorry, I didn't touch on it. So Richard Greenfield announced that he was saying that in the video yesterday that AMC will release more shares. I can't believe I didn't mention this, right? So that's the big thing for this proxy. If they announce that they want to do another dilution vote, which I don't think that they would announce right now. I don't think they would. They would wait. It wouldn't make sense to vote for it now because they're not going to get a yes vote yet. They won't get it. There's no way. And then you have Adam Aaron going back on the stream with Trey Trades, so that's gonna be pretty big. I'm curious what Adam. Hopefully he has some type of secret weapon. I would pray to God. Tyler Lou's last video talking about how this wasn't the hedge funds. This was an error in the algorithm trading when COVID started. What are your thoughts? I haven't watched it. I'll watch it later. I'll try to watch it. Option traders caused the dump from $37. That is the stupidest thing you've ever heard in my life. Guys, the fact that everyone's panicking and blaming X, Y, and Z for the dump, it's just stupid. I mean, look where you topped off at. I mean, it's a triple top. I mean, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? Like, options can't do oh man, like this is what scares me for people, because people are gonna lose money, man. Like you're gonna lose crazy amounts of money, whether it be you don't take profits eventually on AMC, or you lose it on the next trade or something. Because AMC was a give me. It was a gimme. But yeah. Tyler, you see all the volume no matter what, so no, I don't think there's too much validity there. No. Options at expiration pump the price up. Options at expiration. I don't think Adam Aaron can do can't do a dividend because they're not profitable right now. The algo sounds like a scapegoat. I don't think that that's gonna be. No, I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think that, guys. I don't think it was an algorithm error. I don't think it was anything like that. Look, you had the same thing being said all week. Okay, stay with me. The same thing has been being said all week long. Friday, we're gonna have a massive pump. It's a squeeze. It's gonna be over. Everyone's been saying that. It's not an algo. That I mean, and then it happens. You know what I mean? Yeah. Traffic, I missed your super chat. My bad. What did you say? I answered your super chat. You said what options and expiration am I looking for next week? I'm not looking at any next week. I already have 59s. I posted them in the Discord too. But I answered you. Chad, it's up to you to get memory. Just the average guy who doesn't look at 20 different YouTubers. Yeah. Tyler, where do I send your steak? To the Mune. To the Mune. He could say they want to give dividends by next year, which if they do a dilution down the road, it's possible. It's possible. Totally possible. I'm telling you, the most bullish thing that I saw on Friday was this right here. Almost no shares. I mean, 1 million returned with 5.5 million roughly borrowed. Insane. Absurd. Just that. This is right here is just like icing on the cake. That part is just like, what? Wasn't it all crazy amount of calls bought in the last day or two? They didn't land and the money's gross over. We need to buy further out. Well, it doesn't screw you. It just means they didn't hit. You know what I mean? They just didn't hit. So it either affects the price or it just doesn't. You know what I mean? It'll either push you up or it won't. You know what I mean? It won't. You know what I mean? They don't have to cover those positions. You know? So, yeah, it is what it is. Like, I wouldn't freak out about that at all. No. I'm just staying put until it squeezes. We have been. No, can't wait. Do you think return share data is highly manipulated? It hasn't been so far because when they return shares, like over the past 2-3 days, you've been able to see like when they return shares, we'll get a push up. And then they'll borrow some more shares, and we'll maybe get a little bit of a push down, right? So all in all, I mean, it's been pretty on point, I would say. I'm about to drop the screen sharing on here. Right. But no one's even talking on the Discord, so I don't know if anyone's even there. Sleigh Rider. I have a $12 call for 25th of June, 3 for 15, and September 7th. What's your opinion on how long I should hang in before rolling over? Those are really far. I mean, you have time on most of those, right? Dude, totally. It's super hard to tell you. Like, you know, I can't tell you when to sell, when to roll over, or anything like that. I typically just sell mine. I don't roll them over though. I don't like rolling them over. But where should I go to start learning options? I want to join your Discord. If you want to learn how to trade options, the guy's name is In the Money on YouTube. I recommend everyone, if you want to learn about options, safe, learn how to touch them, anything like that. This guy right here, phenomenal right here. This is one of the best ways to learn. This guy right here. Very simplified. Pop over 10K. It's hard to say. I'm not gonna give someone a direct answer and say. I mean, like, I think I think 1K is still a really crazy target, to be honest. I think it is. The market cap would hit like, roughly, what would it be? Like, man, I want to say it'd be over 200 billion for sure. It'd be like about 250 billion. It'd be insane. It would have to increase by 10x. So it's really crazy. I don't know how likely. Chances are, Craig, this Donko tracker, with those being covered, yeah, so that's a good question. So chances are they probably covered a few of these, or maybe let's say they covered 50, 70% of them before Friday, and they might have to cover some. They have to cover them all by Wednesday, though. That's the day. So. What do you think about costs? I don't care about the other, like the meme place. I don't care about them at all. No comprehende de Spaniscio. I think 150 might be the top. I don't know. I can't tell you what the top. I don't think anyone can tell you what the top is. I don't think anyone's gonna be able to. I mean, if you can predict it, kudos to you. Volkswagen. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I just got on. Sorry if I repeat this stupid question. Friday was how do we know tech they're covering? No, I don't think it was a squeeze. No. So they borrowed more shares once again. Shorting actually was down. If you look at what was going on, there probably was some profit taking. There probably was. There was most likely some type of profit taking from someone. That's worth noting. So I would keep that definitely in the back of your head. But all in all, they shorted more than they have shorted all week. I probably should provide that. No price predictions. Can you cover Ford, please, real quick? Yeah, I think Ford's ran up too much. I don't like it. It's really high up. I'd probably grab some puts most likely, but I'm a pessimist. Yeah, I'm a little bit of a pessimist at that area. I think it's really ran up. Let's play some blackjack. Oh, God. You guys are terrible influences. What do you think of... I'm not going to say it. F off Richard. Is there a high chance if it doesn't squeeze? I don't think it's a high chance. I think it's pretty probable that we start to squeeze. Pretty probable, to be honest. Like, it's pretty high likely. If only way you need to DM me is if you join the Patreon, okay, and your name isn't red, okay. So if you type, your name will be red. If you got promoted, if you didn't get promoted and it's not red, just at me, and or send me a like a, yeah, they send me a link or a picture, a screenshot. But I don't know how you just joined. There's no way you just joined. Get in the Discord, amazing. Oh, thought you were talking to me. Appreciate it, John. I appreciate it. Patrons, relationship manager. There's no more spots though. Yeah, so like you just joined Tanashi. No, I'll refund your money. There's no more spots though. There's no spots available. So you won't get access, bud. Sorry. There's no spots. It's $15. But there's no spots anyways. I'm just saying though too, like I don't know how there's confusion. If it says they're all sold out and there's a $9 and $15 option, I don't know why a $5 option would be there. I don't know why you would do that. I never talk in Discord. I just stalk Michelle Green. It's good to have you. A gamma squeeze could potentially start this week. Just depends how we start running and how much we start moving quick enough, right? That's the big part, is like, can we move quick enough? Like, that's what we need. Like, getting back above 36 soon is going to be important. All right, guys, I'm about to hop off. I need to work on a video too, so I get that out by 4 or 5 o'clock. It's 2:30 right now. I'll probably eat some lunch. I might be live tonight. I don't know. I might be live. I appreciate everyone for hopping in. It was great to have the live though. I appreciate everyone that super chatted. Much love, much appreciation. I love you all. Have a good one, traders.